every single day, day in, day out, adding value to other people and stuff. So I'm grateful for all of you guys. I'm grateful for you guys being here. And I am super excited to get into our special guest here today, James Poole, 25 years as a sales veteran, a five-time salesperson of the year for Perry Homes, over $200 million plus in sales. And this guy specializes in the new home community. And when I sat down with James originally, it was kind of like it with what we are working on, right? A lot of you guys heard Kelly Cummings talking about the funnel pilot program, right? And that program alone is generating 3 to 6 registered buyer leads a day. And the biggest opportunity that we see with the funnel pilot is when we target new home communities, right? Because look, the market is in flux right now, right? We have consumer debt at an all-time high. We have auto default loans at an all-time high. We have interest rates that are way up here. And in the last downturn, correction, recession, whatever you want to call it, the new home builders took a bath. Like you saw new home development shut down, right? Just, slabs poured and nothing else happening and stuff like that. When you start to look at like the bond yield inverse, which tells you that short-term money pays more than long-term money and is predicted every recession since we started tracking, these large institutions are smart. They are getting ahead of that curve. So what are they doing? They're incentivizing the hell out of their products because they need to move them. They don't want to be sitting with all of this empty inventory. So you're seeing things like 2.9% interest rates, $50,000 in incentives. You're seeing BSAs, buyer agent incentives and stuff like that. And so when these opportunities come, the market is never good, it's never bad, but we have to shift with the market and analyze that. So I am super excited to have James Poole join us today to talk to us a little bit more about New Home Buddy, which I think just is perfect for everything that we are doing here. So James, how are you doing this morning, my friend?
Larry, I'm great. Thank you for that warm introduction. Happy belated New Year to everyone. Absolutely love the energy on this call. I've been waiting to get in touch with all of you. And I want to make this as interactive as possible. I know Zoom could be sometimes a weird thing. I normally do a lot of these presentations in person. So let's make this as fun as we can. So utilize the chat, drop me some emojis. Who's ready to make some money in 2026? Drop me some dollar signs, drop me something. Show me the money. Type something in there. Let's go.
Yeah,
Um,
let's
First
show
and
James that we're
foremost,
active.
just a little quick background on New Home Buddy before I jump in. My understanding is I'm going to be able to do a true workshop with you guys. We're not going to just tell you what New Home Buddy is and why we made it. We're going to show you the how. What does the how mean? My top agent averages 80 leads a month. 80 leads a month for new construction sales. And by the way, this is free. There's no catch, there's no bait and switch, there's no free trial, and we're going to hit you for money later. We monetize things from builders. So you guys are going to love this. It is effectively a marketplace for new construction that connects agents and builder reps faster than ever to sell homes quicker. Okay, some people have called it a MLS new construction. It's much more than that, guys. I put the website in the chat, newhomebuddy.com. So I'm going to ask everybody to do a little bit of signing up real quick. It'll literally take you like 2 minutes. But if you can go ahead and go to newhomebuddy.com, and then there is an agent portal. And I'm going to go ahead and request to share.
Yeah, you should be good.
Okay, I think that is the wrong screen. Let's see here. So if you go to newhomebuddy.com, the first thing you're going to see is agent and builder portal. So this is not consumer facing, guys. So what I mean by that is this is not realtor.com. This is not Zillow. This is not New Home Source that's going to take your leads and, you know, send it out to everybody. Like this is going to be built. By the way, just the background on this. This was created by a realtor for realtors. Okay. You're going to click this agent portal button. It's going to ask you very simply to enter your name, your phone number, your email, your Trek license number, click submit, and you should see an email, pop up to verify your email. So I'm going to give everybody a second to do that. Give me a thumbs up in the chat once you've verified your email and you are in. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into the presentation. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to continue to talk. We launched this company in February. We are a baby, February of 2025. Very quickly, we went from, 10 builders to close to 50 now. These are a lot of names on the screen you guys are going to know. We are all throughout Texas. This year, at the second half, we're going to be focused to going outside of Texas. Many of the publicly traded national companies have already given us the green light to go ahead and launch their product nationwide. So we can push that button at any time. The challenge for us as a startup is we're limited on resources naturally. And so I need to deploy people in each territory before we push that button. And so outside of Texas is coming. But even if you guys are on the call and you are outside of Texas, please sign up now because number one, it's free. Number two, we will be in your state before you know it. And number three, this is going to help you with agent referrals. You guys are going to be able to send, leads out to agents in states maybe that you're not registered in, licensed in, and you guys are going to be able to, get a split commission on that. Just checking in on the chat. Is everybody feeling good about the sign up? Everybody get a chance to kind of verify their email? Give me a thumbs up in the chat.
Mrs. Fuller says that no area outside of Texas with input. Yeah, I mean,
it's coming, guys. It is absolutely coming. I know a lot of you guys on the call are in Texas. Some of you are not. It is absolutely coming. So again, even if you're not in the state of Texas, sign up now. Again, it's free. And number two, you're going to be able to lead gen for people maybe you find out that are relocating to Texas that you have contacts with, that you can have a split with one of your fellow EXP agents in Texas, right?
and this is also where guys like this allows James to figure out where he needs to move next, right?
Yes.
Like where is the biggest need for this, right? Like Texas is this starting point, so we're building out proof of concept, and it's crushing it so far. So now there starts to become demand other places. And look, when they open up in Florida or Colorado or California or whatever the next market is going to be, you want to be at the top of that list to be able to get out there. Just like in this week's newsletter, I'm going to be sending out a sign up for Kelly Blue Book. They're getting into the housing industry. So what if you were the referral agent for all of those Kelly Blue Book leads, right? This is about where we bring this to you before anybody else has this. And now you guys get to be on the ground floor and take advantage of it. Sorry about that, James.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So I'm just paying attention to some of the comments in the chat. Guys, you are able to sign up regardless of if you are not registered in Texas. So go ahead and use, someone mentioned like Georgia and New Orleans and other areas, like wherever, like go ahead and use your current license number and it's going to let you sign in. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. By the way, at the end of the call, I'm going to give you guys access to a calendar invite for if anybody has a team or maybe you want to have a more thorough breakdown of New Home Buddy. I'm going to give you our Calendly link with our concierge where they can give you guys one-on-one attention. The first thing I always encourage everybody to do is in the top right corner, this little circle here, I've got my photo. You guys probably see a blank person. You want to click on profile. We want to add the best headshot you've got. Try to pull out something recent. I know agents are notorious for photos a decade ago. Let's pull out something recent. Let's show them who we are. You're able to do that. You're able to label like your brand, your brokerage, your team. This personal link I'm going to come back to in a moment, but you're also able to list your territory. And again, I get it right now. You guys are calling from all over the world right now. This is our current territories. It is expanding by the week, by the day. We are going to be outside of Texas this year. So you really want to get familiar with the software. You really want to know how to use it because we will be in your area before you know it. This personal link, you guys get to name it what you want outside of the very beginning of this. I always tell everybody, we're going to show you guys how to lead gen off of this and, implement it into your funnel pilot and everything that you guys are already working on. But you need to bring validity to this link. We need to make sure that it's identifiable to your brand. Please put your name, put your team's name, put EXP, put something in there. You can change it later, but please be mindful of like what you put there, okay? And I'm going to show you later where you can plug in that link where agents are plugging it in and getting leads right now. All right, so you guys are going to see, I mean, as an example, we've got almost 21,000 homes in the state of Texas already. These numbers represent the bubble represents a community, the number represents the homes within the community, okay? There's going to be a lot of filters you guys are probably familiar with, and then there's going to be a lot that you are not familiar with. One of the things that I absolutely love about this is under builder, not only can I select my builder, but I can select interest rate. I can select builder paid closing costs. After you guys have done like your needs analysis, your meet and greet with your client, and you've run numbers with your outside lender and you've determined the affordability piece, you guys can plug this in and say, you know what, based on your criteria, I know that we need to keep you at a max of 500K and we really can't go over 4.99 on the interest rate. So I'm going to send you a list of every home, every community that qualifies for 4.99 in the area you're looking for. You guys are going to be able to filter down to that quickly. You obviously have the stuff that you guys are used to. Up here, if I want to look for like move-in ready inventory, I can click inventory. I can even select the date. Let's say I want it available by the end of this month. Price point, my client is flexible, but they don't really want to go over, let's say 700. And you guys are able to quickly see, I mean, I have every territory in Texas listed right now, but there's 3,900 homes, right? Quite a bit. Obviously, if I wanted to just put the city of San Antonio, Austin, I could do that. I can also list up here in the chat, Austin, there's several different ways that you guys can do this. We even have the ability to circle in the map. Your client says, you know what, more specifically, I want to be in North Austin. So I can come over here and circle like North Austin opportunities. And then what happens is it's going to isolate that search, narrow it down, and then I'm going to be able to save that search, send it to my client. So now it narrowed it down to 166 homes. I'm going to go through this a little bit later on lead gen or sending it to clients that I already know. But I'm going to be able to see this to send it to my clients. And the really fun part, guys, is when they click on homes and they start hearting homes and they start asking for, to schedule a tour, they start asking for information. I'm going to get a notification on what they're looking at. So I'm going to dive into that a little bit later. You guys see anything different that you were able to see now?
I mean, so I just switched the filter to a 3% interest rate, like 3% being the max, and literally got over 200 homes. And this is where you start to add value to clients, guys, right? When the average interest rate is 5.5%, 6%, 6.5%, right? What if you come with the opportunity to oh my gosh, there's some great new homes available, and some are, offering a 3% interest rate. Do you know what that does to their monthly payment? Do you know how much more home they can afford for the same amount of what they're looking at? This is where, when you know the problems, now you can create the solution. You start adding a ton of value to people.
Absolutely. And I wanted to point out, if you guys didn't see it over here on the right side, I was circling it. We're giving the power back to you guys. You are able to see agent commission. Now, let me be clear. When you save the search and send it to a consumer, the commission goes away. We know they're going to sign a buyer's agreement. We know they're going to see it, but now's not the time. We're trying to get an appointment and, obviously get the client moving, but you guys need to know what you're getting paid again. And we're able to do that because we are not scraping from MLS. Our data comes directly from the builders, and on average, it refreshes every 2 hours. So if there's ever any discrepancies, inaccuracies, it's something on the builder's end. And if that happens, we will definitely get with them and get it corrected. But you were able to see your clients' incentives. You were just mentioning that 3% interest rate. You were also able to brand this to yourselves, guys. We're going to be able to white label this 100% to you. You are going to be able to see who the builder rep is in there. But when you send homes out to your clients, the only person that gets to see the data is you. So if it's a client you know that you're sending the information to and they're favoriting homes, they're wanting to schedule a tour, you're the one that gets notified. The builder rep in the community does get a notification that, hey, James Poole has a client that's hearting homes and looking at homes and wants to, schedule an appointment. So the builder rep is now prompted to reach out to the agent to get that appointment set. But the builder rep will never see your client's information. I want to be very clear. This software, again, was built by a realtor for realtors. I'm going to keep trying to go back and forth to the chat to see if there are any questions. Before I leave the home filter, please let me know if there's any questions, guys.
Yeah, there's a couple of folks that are getting stuck on, like I can't do it outside of Texas, guys. I just did it and I'm in Arizona, right? So I just completed it myself. So it can be done. Put in your information, put in your license number, pick one of the territories for Texas. It is only in Texas for right this second. But again, this is where you guys get to test it before it comes to your market, see what it looks like. And this is kind of the prototype, right? It's on the ground floor here. So I promise you can do it. I just did it myself with my Arizona license to verify everything.
Thank you, Larry. Yeah, and in some of the states that you're mentioning, we are absolutely going there next. You mentioned Arizona, Florida, Colorado. I mean, those are absolutely on our radar. Anywhere where new construction exists, we have to be. So we kind of went over homes, right? Pretty simple. That's where we find homes. Clients. These are people that I know. These are people I already have contact information for. I'm able to enter them in just like a CRM. I'm able to save their searches and send them homes. And here's what's really fun, guys. I was telling you, you get metadata feedback. I get to know, as an example, Dennis clicked on, looked at 12 of my links. He favorited a few homes. Obviously, if he scheduled an appointment, I would have visibility on that. But how cool is this? I mean, if we're honest, we've all been there, self-included. I was a builder rep for almost 10 years. We've all had that person that's hot, they're ready to contract, and they go cold. They ghost you. Where did they go? Did they buy from someone else? Did they pick another agent? Did they buy from another builder? Who knows? Maybe you give them a week just to kind of leave them alone, and then you send them some new homes. Hey, listen, here's some new homes that just popped up I think you'd be interested in. You're going to know when they click on that. You're going to have visibility on what they're doing, and now you have a reason to re-engage with that client. Questions on this? Pretty self-explanatory. Send homes to your client, see what they're looking at, get the data, and get that appointment quicker.
Man, Kelly Cummings, I know that you've been using the funnel pilot over there. How many leads have you produced since you started using the funnel pilot?
As of this morning, 408.
Wow. 408. And are you targeting new home communities or price reductions?
New home communities.
Do you see when this comes to Alabama?
When is it coming to Alabama?
Right? This is where both of these things align, right? Because you have these people and just to give you a little background, James, we build out custom funnels for our team and our group to where, and the new home community is just really good, right? So we'll target new homes and we will go in and we will search for different incentives. We'll build an ad. We use AI to like generate the picture and the language, and then we'll reverse target them. So that's what those 400 and something guests are kind of clicking on. And then, it's our job to kind of follow up. And so this portal here will be an absolute game changer. And all of us that are in Texas, like, should be using this because we're generating so many new home builder leads. And this is another way to follow up with them, give them ways to search, all of the incentives, and you are the focal point, right? Like, you guys are the one that's highlighted. You're the one that's going to be registering them, and that could be part of your follow-up. Hey, look, I know that you applied for this. I'm going to set you up with a portal so you can see every new home incentive here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, here in the Houston area, here in the Austin area. This is where we start tying this in, and we start becoming very sticky because other agents are not doing this, right? They're calling once and hoping and praying that, the client decides to use them and stuff. This is where we continue to add some value and stuff. This is gangster, James. I appreciate it, man.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, this is it's allowing you to be an expert on new home construction. And we're going to get into the lead gen piece next. I mean, again, I was a rep for 10 years and I knew that I couldn't sit there in my model and just expect the business to come in. I knew that I had to proactively go get it. And I'm sure you guys are the same way. You have to hunt for that business. So who all is creating content or is planning on creating content for either social media, your website, anywhere your brand lives? Hopefully you're all, either nodding your head or give me a thumbs up in the chat. We're going to help you lead gen with new construction. And we're going to provide a dashboard that breaks down analytics of exactly what works and what doesn't work. As you can see, here's a few examples of some communities here in San Antonio. I could be very specific on my search. I could put, max 400K, no more than a 3.99 interest rate, and 10K in closing costs. And if I do a video out in a community and I'm touring some homes and I'm promoting it and I'm talking about a specific home that meets that criteria, the call to action that I want to have at the end is, guys, in the comments, click my new home buddy link for all of the homes that are under 400K with a 3.99% rate with the builder covering 10K closing costs. Did someone have a question?
I think somebody might have just been unmuted or something.
Okay.
There.
So you guys are able to, and hopefully you're doing this. I know when I was in the builder world, agents were coming in all the time. Hey, can I get your inventory key? Can I go, film some homes and promote what you guys are doing and collaborate? I don't know how much of that you guys are doing. I know here in San Antonio, I think the last number I heard is, all residential real estate sales. I think new construction was like over 30% of the entire transactions, which is pretty mind-blowing. And obviously that stat will vary city to city. But this is a way for you guys to have free marketing. You're able to go out, make some content and put that out on your social media. And I'm going to get into what agents are doing later to pull in all these leads with their personal link. But this is just a way to put out fresh content, guys, and get leads coming into you. And so what you would simply do is click new search. And there's several things you can do. I gave you guys the idea of, hey, under 400K, 3.99, you can plug those parameters in. Some people are doing really fun things with amenities. I don't know about you guys in the cities you're in, but there's not many gated communities in San Antonio. There's only a handful of them. I can go highlight one of them. And if that's important to a client, they're going to be able to follow me on my video, click my new home buddy link, and click every community that's gated, or every community with a dog park, or a lazy river, or whatever amenities you think are important to highlight. I can make a post about USDA qualified. Hey, I'm at this community, I'm viewing this property, let's check out the home. By the way, did you know you can get into this home for $0 down? Click my new home buddy link in the comments for every home that's $0 down in the San Antonio area. These are just some examples of what agents are doing to push content and pull in leads. Any questions about lead gen?
Well, I can just add on to this for those of you guys that are using the funnel pilot, right? Like we have a social media like side of that as well that kind of guides you to create the content that correlates with what your clients are looking for, right? So if they're clicking on your ad, you should be connecting with them on social media. Then when they see your content, that's where you start to become the market expert, right? And so a lot of the things that James is talking about, where you can pull up this inventory and kind of guide you to that, like that goes along perfectly. So they're starting to view you as this new home expert, the one that knows everything, where everything is, etc. So this, again, I can't not think of a better match and stuff for what we're already doing. And as James mentioned, right, these new home sales are a big portion of it because a traditional seller can't compete with these incentives. For the first time ever in my 20-year career, I'm seeing new home sales in the same market area sell less than a retail home. I've never seen that before in my 20 years. Like I've seen some funky things, but I've never seen a new home build sell for less than a retail home ever in my career. But that is happening right now, today, all throughout the country.
Absolutely. So we've just to recap, we've talked about how to search for homes, how to save the search, how to create clients, how to do lead gen, builder connections. This is a feature that I help create coming from the builder world. Think LinkedIn meets New Home Buddy. I have the ability to connect with the best of the best, the reps that I know and I trust. Again, remember, this platform is built for only two professionals. You guys, the agents, and the builder sales pros. And the builder sales pros absolutely love this because they get notified when you have a new lead. They get notified when you want to have an appointment with your client. Things just move faster on New Home Buddy. They just do. And so once I connect with somebody, so if I go over here and just punch in somebody, go Josh Hyde, I'm going to connect with this guy. He's at Drees Homes. By the way, only you can initiate the connection. A builder rep can invite you to connect, but they cannot force the connection. We're giving, again, the agents the control. I had a I had a single agent on the call yesterday. She goes, "Yeah, this is kind of like Bumble. I have to accept the invitation." And I said, "I don't know what you're talking about, but okay." So you're able to choose who you want to connect with, and yes, you can connect with multiple people at the same builder. So if Josh is my dude at Drees, but I also want to connect with Sarah at Drees, I can do that, okay? I'm not limited to just one person. This number shows me the amount of connections each builder rep has. I have some builder reps over 100 connections, but here's what it does for you, the agent, okay? What's in it for me, right? I now can click View Homes under Josh, and I'm going to his New Home Buddy. I get to see his entire cross-sellable inventory. Regardless of what territory, what state you guys are in, you all have, if you've sold new construction, you probably have a builder rep you know and trust. And you usually ask them, "Hey, send me your inventory. I've got a client coming in this weekend." Guys, you'll never have to ask them to do that again. Once you connect with them, you're going to have full access to their inventory. And again, see your commission, see everything important on the home. I got Josh's info. I can ping Josh instantly. If I want to set an appointment, if I have questions. Oh, and by the way, you know who I avoid? I avoid the internet sales team. I hear all the time people are like, they're just a little late getting back to me. Man, they're nice, but they don't have all the information. They have to get back in touch with the rep. And that just, I mean, guys, like we all know this, time kills deals. I think you would all agree with me. This is speed to lead. This is allowing you to get the information in your hands quicker, make that appointment quicker, close that deal quicker.
James, quick question. So we can connect with our builder reps, right? We can do this, we can do that. Is there or do we plan to be a way to register the clients for this?
Yeah, great question.
In,
That's the
in
whole
case
point of this.
like Yeah,
Mhm.
if they ghost us or they're driving by, like if I'm already like registered at have them registered at Perry Homes, look, I'm not really as worried. But
Right.
what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, because we all know they never pop in on a Sunday after church without you guys, right?
Right?
Yeah, so that's a big part of this, guys. This is allowing you to connect with the rep and register early. We wanted to make a one size fits all internal registration process. The issue is every builder has their own set of rules. Okay, so Perry Homes might say once you put a client in New Home Buddy and Connect, you're registered, and then Lennar might say, "Cool, you registered them, but we still need you to call us and register." Every builder is going to have a different set of parameters. What I will tell you is this is going to bridge that gap easier. Okay. This is going to help you through that process. While I can't sit here and say, I guarantee a builder is going to do X, Y, and Z because they're not our company, I can tell you New Home Buddy is going to be an advocate for you, and this will help you get that guest registration.
Yeah, because most of the time, like the builders aren't trying to cut you out intentionally, right? But what they don't want to do is that an agent didn't do anything, and now that somebody has something under contract, right? Oh yeah, that's my client, right? Like because somebody told them, and like so they're trying to avoid that, but they're not trying to cut you out. So as long as you're in rapport and you're like, hey, Edgar, I'm sending over James Poole, to connect with you and stuff like that. Like, if they cut you out, you will never do business with them again. So that's not the intention or anything like that. But they do want to make sure that you were the reason, that you were the source, that you were like why that client is looking there. And this starts to build this track record, right? This starts to create a paper trail, the receipts for you to have a leg to stand on, in my eyes.
Absolutely. And guys, keep in mind when you are connected with the builder rep, just a reminder, I put my client in, I'm connected with the builder rep, I send out inventory when my client is doing things, when they're hearting homes, when they're looking at homes. Not only are you going to get a notification, the builder rep gets one. But again, reminder, they don't know who that person is. All they know is I've got to reach out to the agent. So guess what happens during that conversation? Hey, I heard you have a new lead. Do you want to register your guest? When can we set that appointment? So it does lead to that guest registration for sure. So thank you for asking that. And I'm trying to catch up on a few questions in the chat. I promise I'm not trying to ignore you guys. Yes, we are going to get to Colorado, Washington, and Oregon as soon as we can. Yes, we are updating and adding builders weekly. We send out, now that you guys are on, we send out a Saturday email. So once a week, we're not going to spam you, but you're going to get an update on like what builders are added, what new territories, what events are going on in your area, which we're going to get to in a second. And so, yeah, we're continuing to add builders daily, weekly. And like I said, I'm really excited about eventually getting outside of Texas later this year. Um, Buyer's needs request. I love this one. So in San Antonio, and I know you guys have different Facebook pages out there, but in San Antonio, there's this page called Shift Talk. I'm sure everybody has a version of it in their city, but agents are at least on this page notorious for buyers max is 500K. What do you got? And then they circle a map. And it's usually pretty ambiguous for builder reps. And then they're like, okay, well, what else are they looking for? You guys now have the ability to streamline that process. Okay. So I can go over here and I could select my market. I could type a description of what my client is looking for. Here's an example, right? And then I can even, and this is a request that came from you agents. I hear all the time, hey, I want to send this out to everybody, but I'm not a big fan of Lennar. I'm not a big fan of insert the builder name because they're not as realtor friendly as some others. You guys can check and uncheck who you want to, send this notification out to. Again,
The builders that were offering $1 commission when the market was going straight up. Those ones? Well, this is where like that starts to taste like vinegar to them, right?
yes.
Because they weren't fair across the board. right? And this is where that will start to change as this market becomes more tricky. Like I don't know of anybody doing that still, but this is a prime example of where you're like, oh no, they cut me out of this. Like you don't have to work with anybody, and so love that feature.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was again on the builder side, and I remember we never lowered our commission during COVID, and I used it as a competitive selling advantage all the time. I would always tell agents, we never lowered it, and we know who did, right? And so you guys, I know, did not forget who did lower that, and you could choose to not send that to them if you want to. And we know everybody likes to circle maps, so we left that feature in here as well. So I am going to be able to come through and circle certain territories, identifying sides of town, zip codes, things of that nature, and include that in my buyer's needs, parameters of what they're looking for, right? So again, territory, description, drawing of a map. And when I click send to the builders, it is going to go to every single builder that I ended up listing, okay? And also, if I have connections, it's going to go to my connections. If I don't have connections, it's going to go to the internet sales team. And we talked about that earlier. So I always tell everyone, you want to build those connections up as quick as possible. And see, this tells you like how many you have per builder. So let's talk about this for a moment. If I have 4 connections, like I do with Perry, when I go back over here to San Antonio, I'm going to go ahead and just change my territory. Somebody asked that question earlier in the chat, by the way. You can go in and out of this at any time and change your territory. For the most part, if you're doing lead gen, I would try to lead gen everywhere because, again, you don't have to be with us. You don't have to be a member of Sabre or Aber or HAR. Like nobody's collecting dues here. So you are able to lead gen everywhere and maximize your earning potential, right? So I can see here in San Antonio, I can see homes, and then I get this little notification with this bell up here, for instance, with Daniel with Castle Rock, Perry, it shows there's a couple reps in this community. When I end up sending out my buyer needs request or I click this little bell, what happens is it instantly alerts the builder reps I need to reach out to James Poole, the agent, because he has someone interested in 336 Puppy Dog Pass, which is a very cute street name, by the way. So it's going to send that over to the builder reps, and they are obviously prompted to get in touch with me ASAP. Yes, you are pinging both of them, or in some cases, if I have 3 or 4 connections, it's hitting all of them. But guys, that only benefits you because one of those reps is probably on a cruise somewhere, another rep is off, and another rep is just on Instagram at their desk not paying attention. So this is going to allow, again, the speed to lead aspect come in and get those builder reps working for you guys. Any questions about, going back to the chat, the buyer needs request specifically? Oh,
Any
man.
questions out there, guys?
Yeah, when are we going to be in Southern California, man? Not soon enough. I mean, I keep seeing that. I love the feedback, guys. Washington, Oregon, when are we going to be in Colorado? I love it. I'm going to provide all this data to the team. I promise you, we're having those high level conversations, and we have several builders that have already given us their national data feed where we can launch it. The struggle for me as the growth officer is I have to have resources, right? I have to have boots on the ground to come to your brokerages, train you, go get on these Zoom calls, meet with the builder reps. So the answer is not soon enough, but we're going to get there. We're kind of rounding the corner to the end. Larry, I hope I'm okay on time.
Yeah, you're perfect, man.
Okay. So guys, you guys are going to have a calendar of events. After you select your territories, you're going to know what's going on in your select area. We're talking model home grand openings. We're talking CE classes. We're talking lunch and learns, happy hour mixers, anything and everything that you guys need to do to be out there, boots on the ground, building your brand, collaborating, and joining other agents at events. You will find it here. And if you know of events that we need to list on this calendar, please make me aware. You can also email the support team when, we send out those Saturday emails to you guys. I am going to now show you I left the suspense for the end here. I told you I have some agents getting north of 80 leads a month. I want to make sure I'm sharing my screen properly. So this personal link, I want to go back to this. So again, I clicked on the profile in the top right corner. I went over here to personal link. I've already changed this on some level to make it associated with my individual brand. One piece that I forgot to mention earlier is do not put spaces. You can do an underscore, a dash, a hyphen. You can, space it out, with different things, but you cannot make a space itself. I have a QR code that I can copy. I can throw that on all my digital business cards. I can throw that on my, wherever your brand lives. I could text that to people or I could send them this link. When you text them this link, we have done a really good job on the text message thumbnail art. So it does look super legit. It's very professional. So definitely test that out. And one question, unless it has come up in the chat and I didn't see it, we do not have an app yet. That is supposed to launch end of Q1 here. So what I tell a lot of people is add the URL to your home screen. So I don't know if you guys can see my camera here, but I've added the New Home Buddy, URL. And what you simply do is after you go to your browser, you're going to hit that little share button and you're going to scroll up and it says add to home screen. So if you guys have never done that before, it's pretty easy. It's a way to just put the icon on your home screen so it's right in front of you at all times for you to send out to your clients. But the app is coming. The app is going to have notifications, which is going to be just a complete game changer for us. So I'm going to switch over Windows here. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I don't know if you've heard of this guy, Trent Miller. He's got close to 2 million followers across all platforms. He's one of the guys getting north of 80 leads. He's known for this speed tour thing. Um, I know he looks like he's 12. I promise he's an adult. Uh, but he is getting quite a bit of traction on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. He does these speed tours. All of our attention spans, have completely been diminished. And so he took advantage of that. And so what he did, guys, was after I look at his videos, I follow him, and I'm like, you know what? I'm at that point where I do want to start looking at homes. I'm going to reach out to him. I go to his link me, which, if you don't know what a link me is or a link tree, it's a thing that puts a bunch of links within one link. And so, that's what he did. And he put his New Home Buddy personal branded link in his link me in his bio of his Instagram. So again, Trent doesn't know me. I just follow him. I think his videos are funny. I clicked on his link me. And I'm going to come over here and just start looking at homes. Remember earlier when I said this is branded to you guys? It's white labeled to you. This is what I mean. I click on a home. Look what went away. I no longer see the commission. I no longer see the builder's sales rep. I only see Trenton Miller. And obviously the information on the house in terms of like incentives, the floor plan, those kind of things. So let's say I'm like, you know what? This actually is in my price range. I'm willing to build. I have time. I'm going to go and favorite this home. Oh, wait. I've got to give my information? Yes, you do, because this is not consumer facing. The only way a consumer gets this is if you, the professional, send it out. So maybe I'm not ready to do that yet. I don't know that I want to give my info. I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to keep going down. This Perry home. This looks nice. Checking it out. Obviously, I can email him. I could reach out. By the way, you can put your phone number as well. I'm not making this up. Trenton removed his phone number because he was being contacted too much, which I'm like, are you kidding me? So he wanted it all just to go to email. Again, I can contact him. I could favorite a home. I have to give him my data. Okay. Roughly after 90 seconds, there it is. There's the pop-up. Good timing. 90 seconds hit, guys. I can no longer do anything. I have to give my information. It is forcing me to give my data or get off. We did not want to build a new home source. That already exists. We already know how that works. Again, this is software built for realtors, to do lead gen and find new construction homes. So once you get a new lead, you will be notified. You're going to get an instant email. Obviously, when we have the app, you're going to get a notification. But then I'm able to go to clients, I'm able to go to new leads, and I'm able to see who just hit my inbox. I get to see what they favorited. I get to see what they looked at. And now I know I gotta reach out to Tony Stark. I gotta make that appointment. I gotta, meet with that buyer. So guys, by simply putting your personal link wherever your brand exists, you are going to get leads in your sleep. I've got agents who are putting it on their website. Can you see this screen?
Yep.
New construction. I'm just on just like a whatever KW website, new construction. It goes to Sheba's branded New Home Buddy link. Same principles apply. I heart homes. I want to look at stuff. I've got to give my information. See? Tammy Price did the same thing.
And for those of you guys that are using Funnel Pilot and targeting the new home construction, right, this is where we could build this link into a follow-up campaign, right? The lead comes in, right? And so we're going to start sending them stuff that's on the MLS. And now we can create like this personalized message that says, hey, I know that you are interested in new homes. Here are all of the latest incentives, spec inventory, etc. And this is the only place that lumps it all into one, right? Because you've already been reaching out to them on that. And again, now you start to see all of the homes they're hearting. You have reasons to follow up with them, connect with them in different ways.
So yeah, from putting the link in your website, your Instagram bio, your Facebook bio. Again, I've had agents tell me that they've gotten leads just off their email signature, just farming their database. I mean, it's pretty incredible where everybody's pulling leads out. I also mentioned at the end, you guys are going to be able to have more of a one-on-one. I know I gave you like a bunch of information all at once. You guys can click the support tab, schedule a one-on-one. We also have every Tuesday at 3 p.m. You can join, the workshop. We make this a group setting. I'm going to go ahead and put this link in the chat. You guys need to definitely, put this on your calendar. You guys are going to want to attend this. You're going to see agents from all over on the chat. Click on it, add a Tuesday to your calendar, or book a one-on-one if you have a team. And, we'd be happy to take your entire team through this as well. So we covered pretty much the nuts and bolts on a very quick pace. I'm going to kind of look at the chat, but I wanted to kind of open this up to everybody as well to go ahead and just ask any questions as well.
Questions, comments, concerns from anybody? I know we've been trying to address the questions that pop up and stuff in the chat box, but anybody want to unmute and ask any questions for James?
I want to address Ryan's question real quick. So are there any listings populated from MLS? So no, we are not scraping from MLS. We are not getting any of that information. And, I put my builder rep hat on. I would always have agents come in and they would, hey, I've got these buyers. They're ready to look at this house. And I would tell them, yeah, that house is already closed because someone at my corporate office who's handling the MLS didn't do their job. And it was so frustrating. And so, yeah, we're separate from MLS because we can show you your commission and we can have more accurate data. Let's say you're a new agent in a new territory and you do not have builder contacts, then what? Good question. So builder reps are getting to know you guys as well. So let's just say I'm in Dallas and I don't have a builder contact. Hopefully you guys are on social media. One of the biggest ways that I encourage agents to meet people is obviously go to the community. Because here's the thing. If I connect with somebody that's not going to give the level of service to my client that my client deserves and I deserve, then the connection's worthless to begin with, right? So you definitely need to be able to trust that individual. So I would encourage you guys, hopefully while you're out shooting content and you're visiting this community, meet the rep. And then at that point, ask them, hey, you're on New Home Buddy, right? Can we connect? And just make that connection in that moment. Good question, though.
Anybody else?
Las Vegas, we're coming. I promise. I promise it's coming. We're just not there yet. Alabama, I know. Oh, I'm going to provide all this feedback to the team, guys. Pennsylvania. So Texas only at the moment, unfortunately. I promise you, we are coming outside of Texas. It is coming, guys. But
And what
get
I will
proficient with the
do,
software.
I'll stay in touch with James, right? And in the weekly newsletter and stuff that comes out, like as new territories and stuff are launched, I'll be like, hey, like I'll send it to our WhatsApp groups in each of the states. I'll send it out in the weekly newsletter. Say, hey guys, this is absolutely huge. Like, make sure that you guys sign up for this.
Add a training to your calendar. I mean, just add it. I tell everybody, just put it in your calendar. If you can't make it, you can't make it. But add it to your calendar so at least it's there. We'd love to dive into this further with you. We'll just have social media links added later. Right now, the big push is just that personal link that we talked about and you plugging it into your social media. So again, this is going to take people to my New Home Buddy link, that probably I don't know. I'm lead genning off of this. And then this link here is more of an isolated save search. So this is the link for me. I gave that example early, 400K max, 3.99, 10K closing costs. Do not confuse the two links. This link is different from my personal link because this is only going to show homes that meets this parameters. This is going to be a general link that is going to take anybody into the territories that I selected. And then within 90 seconds, they got to give me their information or they got to get off. But could we eventually have automated social media links pop up? Sure. I mean, I could see us doing something like that in the future.
Beautiful. Well, James, this killed it, brother. Like, I'm so excited because of how much we're doing on the new home sales side of things already. And so, even like, I mean, we had, 50 something agents here, but we have a few hundred, like in the Texas areas alone, that I will be making sure that get this out to them in our WhatsApp group. And hey, if you guys miss this, we'll have the sign up link. So you'll probably have a big rush of people like that weren't on this call and stuff as well by the beginning of next week. Guys, if you need anything, right? Like if you want to get in touch with James, right? Like let me know. I'm happy to connect you. But I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so perfectly aligned with what we're doing and stuff already. This is a no-brainer. So yes, if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, reach out to myself, reach out to James directly. He just put all of his contact information and stuff in there. And let's figure out how to leverage this to add massive value to more agents and go from there.
Love it. Thank you all for your time. I wish you the best success in 2026. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me if I can add any value or help you in any way. We do have a concierge team here in the US, not somewhere in India or some other country. It is here. They are members of our team and they want to help you guys grow your business and make sure you guys are new construction experts. So please book that one-on-one in the support tab if you need it or reach out to me directly.
Sounds perfect. Have a great day. Thank you so much, James. This was awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you so much, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.